Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Live Wire. We're live. Let's get the day started. Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Iaquinta. Obviously, Khabib won. He started off the fight strong, the grappling, takedowns, ground and pound, just dominating the first round and the second. But I think the third, he started to strike with Iaquinta. And although he was winning the outstriking Iaquinta, you could tell he wasn't as experienced as a striker as Iaquinta.
This week they asked me fight with five different guys. I say I'm tired about this. If you can bring King Kong and he can make 155, let's go. Hey, I come here for make history.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Khabib looked a little one-dimensional. Not one-dimensional enough to diss him, but it did look a bit amateur, his striking. Especially the way he. Okay, here, no. Let me scrap that. The striking has gotten slightly better. He jabs now instead of 1-2 punches, instead of stepping into punches. But how his defensive end isn't strong at all. It's actually very amateur like. Both Joe Rogan and Jimmy Smith said the same thing. And you could see, man, Al was clearly the better striker. He was putting in the work there because there was a big gap between Al's wrestling and Khabib's wrestling. Whereas Khabib's wrestling compared to his striking and Al's striking compared to his wrestling, you could tell there was a bit of an indiscrepancy. For instance, you could tell Al was a more well-rounded fighter as opposed to Khabib. Khabib is a train, my guy. He just goes for the takedown, not straight submission, straight ground and pound. As he says, I'll smash you. And he does. He smashes all his opponents. And they can really handle it. But yeah, Habib is whew, I'm afraid to say he's a bit of a one-trick pony. But it surprises me because he trains with Daniel Cormier and Cain Velasquez. Daniel Cormier being the better striker of the two. I don't get why they don't work on that. But it remains to be seen if they will, and I think they will. Habib is a hell of a fighter, guys. I don't think Conor can survive that if he ever tried to, and especially the person who he called out, GSP. GSP was Habib's call out for this fight, and I think he might get that fight depending on GSP's answer, obviously, and Dana. But I don't know if GSP can hang with that. GSP is clearly the better striker of the two, and Khabib is the way better grappler. I mean, he just dominates everybody. He dominates black belts. That's how good Khabib is. But he needs to work on his striking a lot. More than his wrestling. I think his wrestling just needs absolutely nothing. It's near perfect, if not perfect. But his striking is a real problem, man. I don't know why he chose to stand in the second and third round. Though be it got a little better, with the jabs and all. But his defensive end isn't as good. I think if he pitched up like that was against Tony Ferguson or maybe Max Holloway, it would have been a whole different story, man. I don't think it would have been pretty for Habib. But let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm